Here we are in the COVID cave, coming to you in a more intimate scenario, mainly because I finally fixed my eagles, and they don't show up if I have all the lights on, so, just in case Matt shows up, which evidently he, from being over here, probably got sick also. Hopefully he doesn't give it to Grandma, and we're going to look at Haze TRON. This is an Imperial IPA from Deschutes, and hopefully it doesn't give me the shits. And it weighs in at a respectable 8%. And they are out of the completely unconstitutional shithole state known as Oregon. Was there a whole bunch of shit that's gonna, if you want to buy some certain gun stuff, you have to do it before January out there? I guess a whole bunch of letters went out to FFLs today also. They are now trying to basically make ammunition about the same as purchasing a full-on firearm, which constitutionally we shouldn't even have to go through what we have to go through for that. No, Smile Money, I am not saying that some deranged motherfucker, i.e. a Democrat or a transgender, should be able to just walk in and walk out. No. I really wish there was an easy way of covering all of the spaces and making it so that nut jobs don't own firearms. But you at least have to admit what we are going through right now is total control socialism bullshit, and it's just continuous stepping stones to taking them away entirely, in which case I hope you enjoy the bloodbath. I also received the new grips for the Performance Center today from a company called GUUUN, G-U-U-U-N, and they are some of the most impressive overall grips I have ever had. So, as you can see, it is hazy, and again, I just like to point out that under my change of identity, this is a gun-forward channel, and we just happen to have alcohol. Usually it'll be every single one until I'm allowed to go back and being a dick. Your typical tropical fruitiness. This was part of a multi-pack. I think this actually... What did I just watch him review? Steve, I think, has the same multi-pack as me. And he liked the last one as much as I did, which was not very much. And how it can change its flavors just switching from the can to the glass. You would think that this would give it better odds, but it did not for Steve. So, cheers. It has a nice smooth texture to it, but and it is leaving stuff behind. And I'm getting a dry bitterness on the end. I don't know about an ass kicking or anything like that. We'll just see how this goes. It's been a while since I've had anything other than really coffee today. Me and Christine are trying our best to not have interaction with anybody, just because I wouldn't want to be the one. And now, like I said, with Matt, and hopefully Grandma doesn't get anything, because it's the older people that are obviously have more of an issue. Like I've already said, this is like a month and a half for me, and I think because I was released to it again, I simply went through some, basically for me, if people go, what is it like, it is exactly what Jeremy was telling me. It is basically it is more mild. It is more mild than a typical when I have a cold. And it's not even anywhere near the level of flu. It's just, I guess the biggest thing is it gives me the feeling of total just I have watched hours of shit on TV. And I have watched stuff I didn't even want to watch because the remote control was exactly a foot and a half outside of my reach. I would have had to have leaned forward to grab the remote. So I watched, maybe 6 hours of a show I could have given a shit about. That is what I am experiencing. Christine doesn't like bats. I personally love them, especially when they fly away. Okay, first in, surprise, surprise, the new Smile Money is Cold Hearted Bastard with 2 thumbs up and 2 shots. Brad says, hell yeah, brother, and... Watch your body! Watch your body! Watch your body! Brad, the latest addition to your play toys are really nice. He knows how much I want to get a spring-filled Hellion. Financially not in the cards. Obviously right now with, you kind of have to work to get money, and neither one of us have done that. Brad was kind enough to go searching today and found me one. Unfortunately, after checking my finances, I had 18 of the 18 that they wanted for it. It was close, so thank you, Brad. Obviously, these are not the grips. These are the grips that used to be on the Performance Center Smith & Wesson. This is how the package showed up. It was the grips and another set of grip screws, the O-rings to help keep the grip screws from backing out. The Smith & Wesson ones did not have O-rings, and David was telling me that he kept, after about 100 rounds, he had one of the panels getting loose. David, this doesn't surprise me because the grip screw, the frame screw, was loose on that side. So I could have, but I didn't put any Loctite or anything like that on it. If it happens, I might put some purple. Purple is just a, whoa, where are you going? It's kind of like the little taint area kind of a product. But I just wanted to say that I ordered these. I was informed that they'd be here this Monday. Then it was updated to tell me that they'd be here tomorrow, and they showed up in today's package, or packages, as you can see. And I just wanted to give credit where credit is. I got these on Amazon, shipped to my door. I paid $34. The grips, screws, the O-rings, and the tool, which coincidentally was the right one to take the screws out of the Performance Center. So I put the tool is back in here. The screws for the Performance Center that go with these grips are in there. You can actually go look GUUUN, GUUUN grips. You can find their website, so you can peruse other things. They have an Amazon store. I will probably not remember because my brain is probably the most non-fluid right now, or maybe it's filled full of fluid. If I remember, I'll put a link to their Amazon store. I've had no contact with them. They have not sponsored me. They didn't say this, say that. I just wanted to let you know that they are hands down the most impressive set of grips when you factor in everything. I like this style. I would have purchased from Locke. Jason Locke has been a friend since he was making his first grips and asked me if I would sponsor. Of course, now the ebomey channel is completely fucking useless because it has been completely blackballed by YouTube and their censorship. But I like the relief cut for the mag. What really impressed the hell out of me is that they came with the relief cut for the paddle on the safety. I was going to use the Smith & Wesson ones as my prototype and Dremel these out, and I opened the package and I'm like, holy shit. The only difference in overall design is the Smith & Wesson actually has a little notch right there for the pin for the mainspring housing. First of all, I don't take the mainspring housing off more than I would ever have the grips off of a 1911. So the fact that I have to take the grips off in order to take the mainspring housing pin out is completely irrelevant in my brain. But I just wanted to, I think that these pop. These are exactly like the grips that I would normally get from Lock. Lock has a great deal as far as price goes. These are even less, and the fact that they come with grip screws and the O-rings and the tools, and the delivery was fast, and it was even faster than what they said. I absolutely love the way they feel in my hand. They are not aggressive to the point where you could use this as sandpaper. I would have actually been okay if they were even more aggressive than this, but they definitely have, you know, what I think it is I don't think these are any more aggressive than the factory grips, and I have no idea who makes these grips, because as is, I found out that I did a video for Altmont for my 629 Deluxe 44 Magnum, and as it turns out, the grips that come from Smith & Wesson are made by Altmont, but there was just a higher level of everything about the rosewood grips that I got from them. So what I think the biggest difference is, I don't necessarily think that these are more aggressive. I think what you are really feeling is that these ones are horizontal, mostly in pattern, and they just, I don't know, I really do, I prefer this look, and I prefer the way the texture feels on it. If nothing, let's just say that the texture is identical. One is vertical and one is horizontal, and the fact that it's horizontal on this makes it feel like the gun doesn't, like your hand doesn't want to slip off of it. If I remember, I'll put a link. Otherwise, just go on either Amazon or on the internet and type in GUUUN grips. Gun grips with more U's. Moving forward, I will definitely start with them. They actually had kind of a greenish set, not the bright Slimer green that I have for the other 1911, but more of a subdued, and I thought maybe that would look good. Then there's late last night, Clyde evidently wasn't sleeping, just like, oh, you see it? Oh, there you go. Sharky, as the purveyor of all things swift and deadly, there you go, smile and wait for the flash. Clyde evidently was having a problem sleeping late last night also, and we started goofing off, and I told him, I said, you know what I really want to put on here, and I sent him the link, and he goes, those are badass. The problem is the ones that, the really cool ones that I found were like $95 more than I paid for these. If you really want to check out a fast way to spend a buttload of money on some very, very wicked, no pun intended, Clyde, grips, is a company called Wicked Grips. And I found a grip, Jay, no offense, I found a grip that I would swap out and put on my Desert Eagle that would so go along with the chameleon chameleon, I call it liberal tears coat that is on that gun. They were just, me and Clyde were like sending pictures back and forth. But what about these? What about these? But no, from Wicked Grips, I found a set of grips that had the Gaston snake, and then sideways it said 1776 on them, and they were kind of a yellowish, like bone colored. I don't even know what material they're made out of, but those would look wicked on here. So if you're looking for some damn awesome grips when it comes to the overall package, fast delivery, grip screws, O-rings, and the tool to do it. So, assuming that they'll never ever hear me say this, but I'm saying it anyway, a thank you to a company like Gun Grips. Their site, they have all sorts, CZ, Sig Sauer, 1911s. But if you really have too much money in your wallet and want to really see some wicked grips, look up wickedgrips.com. They even have AR. But like I said, I found a pair that if I put them on the Eagle, you'd go, I see what your brain is seeing. And it wasn't something that was said on them. It was the color and the texture to them. Just freaking wicked. Yeah, I didn't mean that. Or did I? Tin Scourge says, Mad Dog 2020, baby. Clyde says, whiskey and revolution for all. Clyde, I have had nothing. Well, I had one beer. The other night. And I think I ended up getting down to about there before bedtime hit, and but I finished some of it. It just sounded good. I mean, that's one thing I really do appreciate about either my immune system or whatever, is that I have not been affected by smells or taste, which is good because I enjoy my my Satan sauce, which I had on a breakfast sandwich this morning. Which is weird because I actually had to run in to get it. Me and Christine just don't do the drive-through thing, and some of the nastiest shit you can get is a breakfast at McDonald's. And she's like, well, what are other options? And I said, I'm just going to run into Quick Trip. And I said, I already have this all planned out. Monitor everything that you touch. First of all, no coughing while I'm in there, no wiping my nose and then touching something. I sanitize my hands in the car. I had to touch the door handle to pull it towards me, and then the inner door I was able to push with my arm. I grabbed the two sandwiches that we were going to have, went over, and unfortunately the only thing, and of course probably a zillion people I've touched, but keeping in mind I did sanitize my hands, is being that neither one of us have had a chance to get near a bank, I didn't have any cash, so I was forced to use my debit card. And when you use your debit card, it says, do you want any cash back? And I answered that one question. Otherwise, it was like this game of what do you touch, what do you not touch, and then you watch what other people touch. So if someone was, say, showing that they were possible to spread any kind of an illness, and you were to follow them around, oh my God, here's them getting out of the car. And then they touch that handle, and then they touch that handle, then they touch the little door where like the donuts are, and then they open that door with the cooler where milk or energy drinks are. And it's like, so I didn't want to even have to have any interaction with anybody else, but it was like, and here's the funny thing. The kid, I have two different people I could go to. She always talks to me and is very nice. He says only the scripted shit that you're supposed to say at a quick trip. Thank you, come again, or good to see you, come again, or whatever it is that they're supposed to say. And for some reason today, he is chatter. Hey, how's it going today? Everything going good? What are you up to? And I'm like, oh my God, it's like I don't want to talk and talk in his direction, yet I don't want to be a rude asshole. It's like, you know, when you start to monitor, you know, obviously I don't work for the Wuhan lab. Oh, goody. I did get a response. Hang on. Got important stuff going down here. I guess you could, but then again, isn't that a possibility for any knife? Question mark. As I'm standing here in the middle of the brew review, try saying that on your voice to text without without pausing in the middle. It never gets it right. Review brewery. That's the only thing I ever get. Sorry, I was just communicating with Gunwild. Gunwild has been one of my oldest YouTube friends, and after going through this clusterfuck of a bottle ship game, which this one I am looking into a possibility of maybe just goofing around and trying something just a little bit different after this board is over. Not saying we'll never come back to this, but I'm thinking about some other game that we can do. I have to look into the particulars, but Gunwild's been a good friend, and he sent me some really cool shit over the years. As a matter of fact, I was going through the fixed blade knives because I just wanted to talk about fixed blade knives. Gunwild sent that to Christine. Shit, almost a decade ago or something like that, 8 something years or whatever, and then he sent me this one, which has actual, both of these have actual 1911 grips on them. You can even see the little notch for the why they always don't cover the mechanism side of the mag release, but okay, sorry, let's just keep this shit show going. DFC says podium sniff. Oh, and I do want to say thank you to everybody that does relocate and find me over here. I do think it's curious the amount of views I have been getting over at CaptainDick Nozzle versus Mr. 10mm Bullet. It's possible that just the name alone has put this channel in the buried column because of the way FuckTube is. Unless you're lucky and the name of your tactical name for your channel is something that they don't recognize because they're stupid and they don't understand. But DFC Mike says cheers fucker, cheers Mike. Then Mike says I just got my 12-gauge shotgun reloading press. Awesome. That is something that I have never done. And just like with the rest of the reloading, I am going to try to maybe get back into the 45 ACP. I mean, that was the only thing I have personally ever done. I have heads for my Lee press, but the only one that I ever had set up was the 45 ACP, and then of course I went and F'd that up. I thought it was the 454 dies and took the whole thing apart, and if I wouldn't have done that, right now I could walk in there, look at the book to make sure that I have the right grains and all of the above, and I actually could load right now. I still have powder on hand. I'm not sure about heads. Smile Money gave me a buttload of heads, but I gave them to my brother-in-law, and then I slowly get them back, if you know what I mean. Let me see if... Is this Hector or is this Jeff? Okay, Jeff. I gave Jeff an option of a couple of knives. He says that he wants the dead fish in place of the piece of shit flashlight. Well, I mean, I take that back. It's an inexpensive flashlight that, guess what, turns on when you press a button and turns off, and you can either swap the batteries out when they go dead, or it has a hidden port for charging them. It was inexpensive, but I like that flashlight so much that I bought one for my daughter. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jeff. I should have sent you 2 pictures. I sent him this picture, and he thought maybe it was just a kitchen knife, but when I sent him this picture, then he understood that it was a folder. So I am going to send the dead fish knife in place of the flashlight. And the main reason is Jeff has plenty of everything that was an option for him, but I don't mean to piss anyone off. I gave this option to Gunwild because of everything that he has done for me and Christine over the years. So I am just upgrading him because I wanted to. So that means the flashlight. Right now there's 2 flashlights that are in there. I'll probably sweeten it up a little bit and maybe put some other stuff in there so you guys have choices. Let's see. Salty says first naked, and that's all I have to say about that. Tardisia sub-comment, only the names have been changed to protect the naked. Oh, J-Dog is here at work. J-Dog. It kind of sucks because it was either this weekend or Monday or Tuesday. J-Dog was thinking about coming over. If I haven't done it already, work on the 1066 and do a review, blah blah blah. But me and Christine don't want anyone in the house until. See, here's the problem. Here, I did their stupid little test. Came back positive. According to that, I have the Wuhan lab intentional leak illness, and but I have seen people fucking put papaya juice into it, a little shot of coffee into it, and the test comes back positive when they're putting banana juice and all sorts of these. It's like, come on. It's like, but I don't want to give it to somebody else, even though for me, I feel like nothing has changed for a month and a half. So, except for this last week, like I said, I haven't missed work in years, if not decades, and this week well, I also had Christine sitting there going, is it really worth it? No, it's not. I constantly have said over the years, how many people on their deathbed are going to go, oh, I really wish I would have worked more. Okay, so I got some packages in. Where do I start? This one is addressed to poor reading runes jokes. Well, that one was right next to made up fucking names are impossible to transcribe. But we'll just go with this one. And of course I have one of my favorite knives. What's your favorite knife? Which is why I have I have a bunch of fixed blades out. Looks like it is about to be some kind of intestinal fortitude tester. Whoever ordered this, you can at least inform your shipper that about every possible precaution to go up against my post office was done. It is a bottle made out of glass, and it made it. This is ass-kicking wasabi hot sauce. Wow, I don't know if we've had a wasabi-based product sent to the Rona Cave before. Ass-kicking wasabi hot sauce. And then it says habanero. Oh, here, let me just let me do a little put the lights down low, a little reading over here with you. Ass-kicking wasabi horseradish. Oh, cheese log, that's a recipe. Made from water, habanero peppers, jalapeno peppers, tomato paste, wasabi, horseradish, vinegar, salt, fresh garlic, onion powder, xanthan gum, and spices. Produced in a plant that uses peanuts, tree nuts, and soy products. Refrigerate after opening, which Clyde does not believe in. I left the Satan sauce out on my side of the couch because I've been using it so much lately, and I noticed when I opened it today, it kind of had a little, gave a little gasp. I mean, that didn't stop me from using it, for God's sakes, but it's really kind of hard to tell until you introduce it to some food, but I foresee this being tested on probably whatever the hell we have for dinner, but breakfast tomorrow. Oh my God! There, instead of just believing me, what does that say? Best before 2 fucking years ago. Okay. This one was sent to a CIA operative. Here is a steel mainspring housing with a lanyard loop. Is it a coincidence that I have a holster for a proper GI 1911 and a belt, and now I have a mainspring housing, oh, and a bunch of magazines? Agatha Christie would fucking wouldn't even want to be me. Two years ago. Oh, it does say clearance. What the? Clearance? Ass-kicking wasabi? You went to your shelf and instead of throwing it away, you sold it to somebody. This one is for alcoholic. Alcoholic. A tack box. Fast access when you need it. Storage when you don't. I just love these mystery boxes. It looks like it. Oh, here, it's just tight. Foam spacers, instructions, little pictures. Little pictures are always nice. What do we got up here? Up here we have alcohol, white, and double stick tape. I guess if you're going to trust your firearm. So basically what they're saying is pluck thy insert. Why would they even leave it in here? So like a tissue container for guns. So, in theory, you can store your knife. You can only because I'm really kind of loaded up. I got multiple mags on me right now. Christine, just in case she snakes on me, I want to be able to put her down if I have to. And then. So I guess you have this scenario. I guess I would trust it a lot more to something like that, but something like that actually attached to the rails of my bed, and then there's the comforter. Well, not the comforter. There's, I don't know what you call it. There's a poofy. It's Christine. My bed would never have it. My bed would just literally have a fucking AR-10 attached to the headboard, and there would be like the, but if I put this on the side, there's like foofy shit that covers this up and nobody'd see it. But if I needed to, I'd just lean over on the bed and be able to pull this all out of there. Again, I would probably understand more of what goes on around here if I worked for the fucking CIA. Come on. Thank you, Zeus. Sorry I'm fucking it up. Okay, if you're interested, it's called the Bulk Tech Products Tack Box. I don't know if I'd do the double stick tape part of it, but attaching it to the side of something. I can't help but envision in my brain what would happen immediately to this hot sauce if it was sent to Cobra. Okay, I had a little on my finger. Maybe I better sterilize. Hold on. I'm not even sure. That's probably not good enough. Rich Huff says, cheers all. Cheers, Rich. Mike says, Miles is a different person, but seems to be a great guy. Miles is a great guy. Miles, I would probably say this about any friend that I have. At a certain point, you want to kill, might be an extreme word, but at least adios them for a while. But when it comes to an actual caring individual, it is in my heart, it is almost impossible to beat Miles. It's like yesterday, which is I'm sure what you're commenting on, Mike. Are you guys okay? Do you need anything? I'll be going right past multiple places. You want me to pick something up for you? I'll just place it on the porch. And it was like Miles Dash. We had Miles Dash yesterday, and it was very appreciated. It was really good. And of course, I can never say enough. If I have a mechanical problem, the world turns upside down, Miles is the guy that at 2 o'clock in the morning, like my grandfather, puts on his boots and comes on over to make things right. Clyde, haven't really been doing any of the above, but I feel like I might need a little sterilization right now, and I'm thinking that in your world it is spelt wrong, but I'm pretty sure that you don't care, and a little drinking with Gun Glutton and Ed. Mike says, I've been with my dad in the hospital from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Getting stents put in from his kidney to bladder. We didn't get home until 4:30, and I had a very hard time getting him from the Jeep to his bed with my bad back. It's been a very long day. EMT Rail fan, a sub-comment, I hope you both feel better. Amen to that. And Mike said thank you. Yeah, I hope it didn't irritate your back even more. And I hope your dad is okay and you both settle in. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell. Jolson, you'll just have to close your ears and pretend you hear one, because I don't know if I could handle that right now. And Tardisius says, cowbell forever. Then Jolson says, way more cowbell than that. Well, a little bit more from none is still none. And Tardisius says, for sure. Jolson, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Jolson says, what channel is next? I don't know. I don't know. I guess in the fun of the CaptainDick Nozzle channel and the entertainment that is created between both these, I guess my choice is to bend over and take it up my own ass and not discuss the truths going on. YouTube, why are you intentionally creating the world of China, the book 1984? Who are your overlords? YouTube, who is the one that came to you, or who within YouTube said that we need to stifle the freedom of speech? The Second Amendment, if you partake in that, oh my God, we will shut you down. If you have a political view that is outside of our agenda, I'm sure I could stand here for hours talking about how awesome it would be if Kathy Griffin actually separated Donald Trump's head from the rest of his body and bludgeon him. You could probably put a video up and they would be okay with that. But yet, we have all of the releases from Twitter showing that Twitter was basically, not even basically, being controlled by the deep state Democratic Party of our government and being told via the FBI what could be talked about and what would be buried, who would be censored, who would just be deleted from the channel, your account would be closed, and that is obviously going on here at YouTube. YouTube is followed along and are censoring people of the freedom of speech. Especially now that multiple stuff has come out for both the jab and the 2020 election. Yet they want to stop people from talking. In the case with the CaptainDick Nozzle channel, it was a video from a year ago that they gave that channel a strike, deleted the video. It was appealed, they put the video back, and now they gave it another strike for the... Again, YouTube, you cannot counter-prove anything right now, because it is now beyond a shadow of a doubt that there was fraud that took place in the 2020 election. Period. Yet, you do it anyway. Like I said, I documented every screenshot, because if and when there is a class action lawsuit, I will be more than happy to be part of it. Mike says, I have a new Glock 19 MOS Gen 5, 3 mags, RMR plates, tritium night sights, etc. on layaway at my FFL gun store. $5.99 plus tax on sale. That is definitely an excellent price. What I don't understand is when these guns come optics ready, how do you put fucking optics on them? Asking for a friend, because I would love to put the this, and I don't know if that is down here or not right now. It's on, oh no, here it is. I would love, for the fun of it, It's not suppressor height sights, so that would have to get changed. But I would absolutely love putting the Viper on this gun, but the screws don't line up. I mean, I guess this is a Excalibur slide. Maybe I can find out, but I mean, what if I wanted to put this on another pistol that I have that is optics ready? I have several slides back here on guns that are completely unidentified. At least this one says Excalibur. This was the full auto G19 Ghost gun. This one actually might be capable of 20 rounds in a second. Since then, though, I hope that I have fixed it. I did what Rich did, and I swapped out the connector with one that I think is an actual stock Glock connector. In the dry firing it, I'm not getting any weirdness that I was getting after Jeremy fucked it up. Evidently, I mean this gun ran like a Swiss silk clock, John Solar, until Jeremy and his big mitts fucked it up. I mean, God, can't trust Jeremy with shit. But yeah, it's like, okay, I want to put this on here. How the fuck does it happen? Okay, we're at almost an hour. Mike says Cobra is a great guy. Yes, he is. Gunwild says, banned again, are you? Uh-huh. Tardisius, not really a surprise. Thank you, Tardisius. Yes, Tardisius, I leave Tardisius in control of being Captain Obvious. Wow, I didn't think there was that many comments, yet they keep going on. Fixed blade knives. I was looking for one, and actually I was looking for something that I thought would be a nice upgrade for Gunwild, and I ended up with the... I mean, the only thing left that I have in my box of knives are things that I generally really like, period. They've been with me since like way back. This was a BattlBox knife, and I'm telling you, I'm sorry BattlBox, but when you feature Tops knives. Hector started getting a boner. When you feature Tops knives as your knife of the month, you are obviously stepping up your game, and that's when, for me, this is how this showed up. It's the Cub. It showed up in a nice sheath that has options. If you like the kind of military-esque cover, that's fine. If you don't, it's all held in by Velcro, and you can remove it and just have this. Shit. Well, that's sewn in, so that's part of it. I added the sharpening stone. That was something that I think we received like a month earlier or a month later. Just one of my favorite knives. I've never carried it. I always thought if I needed to, I would put it on a vest or in a camp setup, because you could probably do batoning on it. It's not as thick as some. One of the most badass of the Tops knives that I've ever received, I gave to one of my very good friends, and he was here to take it with him. The one that gets the most use is the real steel. As you can see, this one gets carried and used a lot. I love this knife. Wade, I have not committed over to a full-time fixed blade as my only carry, like Wade has. I do like I like the fact that it comes with a ferro rod as part of the setup on it. Classy, very classy. Real steel is just some great stuff. My most carried is this real steel, and it's a front flipper, which obviously takes a little to get used to, but once you do, you'll love it. So real steel is some of my favorite stuff. And of course you've seen this one. I think this one is just badass. And this is one that has the gut hook that you can pop out of it by pulling back and then lifting it out of it. The spine is still as much steel as they could hold, going all the way back. You know, where's the breaking point on this? I would say it's probably right about there. But I've always liked this one. To me, it's one of the best feeling knives in the hand. I mean, if I was to make scales, this is the way I'd do it. Big, beefy. I know I'd sharpen this one, and I also I had to modify the sheath on this guy. I actually had to take apart one of my Bulldog holsters. It did not actually have any means of belt loops on it. This is the best I was able to come up with. I have some options in there, but I really like this, the Revolt. Just for sentimental reasons, STL Ray Edwards gave me this thing, and I have never carried it. I have never used it. I have repeatedly tried to make it sharper. It's an Elk Ridge. It has a almost like a Hogue grip kind of feel to it. It feels like it's going to be a little on the mushy side, but then it just turns into a firm, badass knife. And I have never had any desire to give this away. Well, first of all, it was a gift from Ray, but I just think it's just a wicked. It's just a wicked knife. Matter of fact, it's so wicked I'm not sure who created the strap on it, but evidently the knife has had too many hamburgers and now the strap does not work anymore. This one means a lot to me. It's not a super expensive knife, but it was given to me by AJ. You may know him when he was on YouTube. He deleted everything and disappeared. AJ gave me this years and years ago, and I think Wade, I think you had a project where you de-blackenized this. I want to leave it as it is just because I received it like this from AJ. You know, you can grip it like this. It's got a spot where you can get even more of a grip on it without any fear of cutting yourself. And a little separation there. Thick ass backbone. Beat the fuck out of this. Use it for batoning. It came with a sharpening stone. I just think it's cool as hell. The lanyard that I put on it was made by Samantha Fitch, Justin's wife. Another one that I've owned it, lost it, owned it, lost it, is the Kudeman. Another beefy one. I like the colored liners on it. It's just overall, it's just like a badass knife. Not to mention the choice work that was done on this. The only thing that I wish with this guy, and as of right now I have not figured out how to do it, is to make it so that I could put it on a belt. I suppose, actually, if I was to lose, I don't know if I can pull this down far enough. Might be able to. I might have to give this a try. I'm telling you, my belt would not make it through that like this, but if I completely lost this part of the scout carry part of it, I think I actually would be able to get my belt through here. It's kind of weak leather, though. I mean, compared to the rest of, I mean, hell, these straps that go around, I guess they're probably the same gauge. I might take that back. I probably could, but it's really designed as a scout carry. And actually, in this configuration, it's designed as a weak side scout carry, which, again, I wouldn't have a problem with that because there'd be a gun in this hand and this knife in the other. Very, very thick, full tang all the way to the back. I mean, if you needed to use this as a skull breaker or a hammer, you're good to go. Most recently, and this is actually my second one. The first one is one of my most used neck knives, and this is I just absolutely love this thing. It's beefy, and if you needed to dispatch a papaya, you definitely could with this. As of right now, I haven't decided what I want to do with the second one. I like the first one so much, but at least I have a couple of them. And of course, as of recently, you would have seen the video. I think this thing is badass, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm really considering sending this knife to Pete and have him make me a neck holster for it. I think this thing is just, I would love to have a big version of this. If this is the bad boy, then I want the Godzilla boy. I'd like a much bigger version of this, but this is still this. If this was made into a neck knife, I would probably carry the shit out of it. I think it's extremely classy. They make a much nicer holster. You can get a very nice sheath for it, leather sheath. Personally, as you well know, I think this one is a joke. And of recent, this Holtzman. I really like this knife also. And kind of the same reason that I really like the Revolt. It's a non-pussy, thick set of scales with these really awesome orange liners. 1095 high carbon steel. It is extremely sharp. It has it's a fairly thick blade, and I have several things that I've shown you that I would lose before I'd let anything happen to this one. And it kind of like it's like the Kudeman's deranged brother on it, and I don't know why I keep putting the blade protector on it, but I'm putting the blade protector on it. And it too came with a usable, out of the box, a usable sheath. Some of these just come with the sheath part, and they don't give you any of this. I have not tried carrying this. I probably should. I should probably give it a go. So that's my these are my favorite fixed blade. If you have something, I'd love to hear about it. Unfortunately, I probably won't get to see it because of the way the YouTube system works now. Mike says, I don't have an immune system with my health problems, and I haven't got sick yet, minus a slight cold problem. Non-COVID-19, testing at doctor's office testing, not bragging though. No, if you don't have to deal with it, man, don't deal with it. All I'm saying is I don't trust the test. I think the tests are bullshit. I have seen too many videos where people were just like, watch this. Paul from PA Brew News, cheers all, and let's go Brandon, hashtag fraud 2020. Gunwild, carrying on the tradition over here, says Charlie 4. C4, as in... You know, I don't know if that's a miss, Gunwild. I don't know if I've tried to avoid that spot because C4 is just cool. Any of the Corvette drivetrain motors, that number I've tried to avoid, but as you know, I mean, anything's a go. Rich says, so Christopher now owns the 1911 that Dave offered me in trade for the woman's build. I guess that means the offer is off the table. Rich, unfortunately for David, I would say that the offer is effectively off the table because Christopher has paid for the Performance Center. Christopher, in the event that you see this, I have to say, of the three of these Smith & Wessons that David owned, this one is unbelievable. Maybe David needs to correct me. I do not remember shooting this. David offers everything up. I might have actually shot this. I know he usually takes a few rounds with it every time that he goes out because it was his full-time carry gun, shoulder holster. I didn't get that. I didn't get 2 mags. I'm not bitter about it. But you can plainly see the lineage going on here from the Performance Center. Christopher wants to find an opportunity to quote-unquote come up so that we can have a play date. And this was one of the last guns that I shot when me and Dave got together. And in one mag, I literally made, I believe it was 2, maybe a total of 3 holes at the 10-yard. I know 10 yards isn't much, but go ahead, shoot your gun at a target in 10 yards and tell me what you got. If you make a 9, I don't even know who makes this mag. If you shoot it 9 times and make 3 holes or less, damn good for you. You're a good shot. I'll never brag that I'm a good shot, but the last time I shot this, it was like, it almost got to the point where I was going to do one of these, you know, from the Color Money, and just see where the shot went. Like they were all going straight to the bullseye. One of the most impressive. I have never been able to duplicate what I can do with this pistol with my own Kimber. Then again, the last time I shot the Taurus, I outshot myself with the Taurus and my own Kimber. But Christopher, this is just made out of badass. Am I huge fans of Smith & Wesson's grips that are on here? They feel great in the hand. They have enough, again, it's that horizontal texture that I seem to notice. In the areas that are vertical, it's the same cut, but it's just Yeah, this thing is just, I mean, just the extra level. It makes noise, but it's almost like you can't feel that in your hand at all. And then you just... I even overran. I just overran the reset. The only thing, and it's kind of funny because I wouldn't carry this, so the fact that it has full-on, are they Trijicon? Full-on Trijicon night sights on it, just seems like, again, I made this comment yesterday, it seems like it would have been more common for them to put these sights on this gun than the ones that normally come on this gun. This one normally comes with just 3-dot white, and then David always swaps out on his carry gun for these. I would have actually, in my brain, preferred these on here, but the fact is, I intend on shooting the fire out of this and enjoying it, and these sights, because I shot these sights on the E-Series, they just stand out during the day. Just, they're fantastic. These are still really good sights, don't get me wrong. Bright white with the tritium, Trijicon tritium inserts. Once again, Christopher, I think you're a dick. I mean, I love you, Christopher. You're awesome. Just another example of you people that own companies. What happens when you have poor customer service? You lost a guy that purchased nothing but 1911s and preferred 1911s from Smith & Wesson. Now he carries a Dan Wesson. And that is one fucking nice gun. Poco, I can't wait to shoot that one. Got review going while doing my first build on my new garage. My garage. So cool. Cheers, Poco. Awesome. Gunwild. So, what's going on? You got the vid? According to the test, yes. According to the test, I have felt the exact same way for a month and a half now, but last Wednesday when I was heading home from work, all of a sudden I just kind of, I was like, you know what, I don't want to do anything. I want to go home, I want to get cleaned up, put on my jammies, get under a comforter on the couch, and I don't want to go anywhere. And that's pretty much the scenario since last Wednesday night. Haven't shit my pants, haven't thrown up. This go around, I haven't had the chills. It's like someone gave me a frickin' motivation, a lack of motivation shot. EMT, when I crashed and found out that I had the C, I was told to drink, or I was told to not drink alcohol at the ER until I am out of queue. I should have heeded the warning. Holy shit. Granted, I was early there in the game and probably pre-Delta, but it's taken a hell of a lot more to make a room spin than that. Wade says, wait, you drank alcohol in the ER? EMT says, I thought everyone did. What the? I never got alcohol in the ER. Hector, nice. Another strike on your channel. North Korea Tube loves you. Laugh out loud. Like I said a bit back, someone who watches your channel is reporting you. There's a traitor amongst us.
Watch your body. Watch your body. Watch your body.
And he says E3. Hector, I don't know if you know this or not, but that's a running joke. E3 is where I'm taking him out of E3. This is where Colonel Mustard is in the library. Hector, ironically, you just hit another dude. Gunwild. Now that David is no longer a Smith & Wesson fanboy, does that mean his brand of choice is Glock? Bah ha ha ha. EMT says, no, it's High Point. Gunwild says, that makes sense. Go all steel because he hates Polly. Well, since David does not have his own channel so that he can show you what he has, once we're all feeling better, I hope he comes over here, but he is actually carrying a 4 1/4 inch all stainless Dan Wesson bobtail. It basically looks just like this, but it's all one color. Sharky, the way you like it. Sharky does not like two-tone guns. It's Sharky, I know, but this one being very special. Number one, it was David's, and to me, it could be another Taurus PT 1911 for all I care, because it used to belong to David. That's why I told him that I wanted this gun, and it was supposed to be mine if anything ever happened to David. Unfortunately, Smith & Wesson happened to David, so I bought it from him. But his new carry looks just like this, but it's all silver. It's made by Dan Wesson, and as smooth as this one is, when you rack the slide, that Dan Wesson is incredible. David, if you go to the range, I have to be with you. I have to check our status. I think we have to renew our membership out at Island Lake. But it is a very, very nice gun. Rather pricey. Thankfully, he was able to beat Craig up a little bit on it. But well played, David. Well played. It is a beautiful 1911. And to answer your question, Gunwild, David had reset his sights on Colt. He has, since the Smith & Wesson debacle, he has been looking to find a commander-size Colt. I think right now he's probably not in the process of looking. Mike says, if you would have won, I would have taken my breaks on Miles' dime. Congrats to Jeff on winning. I gotta look for that. I gotta look for that damn. I sometimes have lost an entire box. Mike says G6. G6 is a miss. Poco says challenge accepted, email sent. I got that. I'm not exactly sure what this secret code is. I am guessing you have created a backup channel to CaptainDick Nozzle? EMT, congrats and happy birthday to Gunwild with the 2 N's. Cheap old gun guy. Wow, those Smith & Wesson's Pro Center 1911s are absolutely gorgeous. Man, I would love to devilishly fondle those for a while. Hey, cheap old gun guy, I cannot speak for this one, but if you were to plan the visitation, because he does have to come pick this up, and out of respect for my role as a curator for an absolutely incredible collection of stuff, I will not. You know, I gotta talk to David. David, did you actually swap these out? Because this, I gotta look up what this really originally came with. It has the cut for what looks like it might have been an adjustable sights on it. All I know is this configuration is a frickin' tack driver. This is like a program gun. It's right now. David dipped this in baby Jesus water, and all you need to do is pull the hammer back and tell it in your brain the target down there. I want you to put all the rounds in the center of that target. Wow, right in the center of the target. And again, I guess that's like $100 upgrade just for the barrel bushing on the Performance Center stuff. It's supposed to make a hell of a difference. Yeah, if the weather was absolutely perfect, and well, actually it's not, so I might have to take a trip up to the shack tomorrow. We have had 2 days of snow now. Nope, the next person to put a round through this will be alone with company. But, like I said, cheap old gun guy, if you just happen to show up when he shows up for that particular weekend, and the two of these get to go out to play, and I'm not saying my memory sucks ass, I really have to talk to David about this. I have to have shot this. I cannot believe I would have ever seen this in his possession and not taken it up and put some rounds through it. It's just oh, it's such a beautiful gun. I have to find a suitable holster for it. I am actually using the holster for the SIG. I'd like to get a thumb brake, a brown thumb brake, and I've kind of been looking online, and either you are in the $50 range and you're going, how much of it, what are you really getting when you step up? All that I want is I want the damn barrel, like you see here, not poking through the end. Oh my god, I'm in the Jeopardy zone. All of a sudden it would look like this if like the poltergeist pulled the safety off and the trigger. What I like is I do not want the end of the gun going beyond the holster. And I do like them when they're open though. Any debris and whatever has more of a chance to fall out as opposed to collect. And I really like the gun being protected by me, which this holster does not do. I would like, you know, the leather holster coming all the way up. I prefer an outside the waistband for a 1911, just because here in Minnesota I do not have to conceal. So if someone by accidentally sees it, boo-hoo. It just seems like holsters are either $50, $45 to $50, or all of a sudden they're $195 and up. And I'm just, I want to get a dedicated holster just for this gun. And again, like I said, I want to find, I'd prefer somebody that I know that had some skill set. Fat Man Tully, maybe? I don't know. I want to have a custom holster made for Ed's gun. And again, it wouldn't say Ruger 1911 on it or something like that, but it would have you know, hashtag be like Ed, you know, something like that. So if you know anybody that does custom leather work and they don't require you to take out a second mortgage, let me know. Poco, did you get the email? Yes, sir, I did. Gunwild. Yep, a Glock will shoot 20 rounds per second and a 9mm will blow the lungs right out of the body. Heck yeah, you just... See, it's kind of like assault rifle, AR, assault rifle. That was a fucking lie. Hey, don't believe me. Look it up. Assault rifle never was part of the fucking name. It was part of the propaganda to try to make that rifle scary. And the funny thing is they're so afraid of a fucking rifle that shoots the smallest caliber that you can get in a mass-produced rifle. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm ever going to give, because personally, fuck you. I think we should be able to have the bump stocks. I mean, was mine lost in a fishing incident? No, fuck you. Fuck you is all you need to know. No, it wasn't. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to figure out how to put my binary trigger, my bump stock, and my fast resetting trigger all together in one rifle. And then we're going to get like a zillion rounds a second, you fucking commie, dirtbag, leftist, deep state fuckers. It's been an hour and a half. I mean, what else? I haven't done any other goddamn thing today. And I haven't had any food in frickin' days, so let's just add a bunch of alcohol. What could go wrong? EMT. Can't say anything for whiskey pickles, but moonshine pickles, the leftover flavored moonshine, fuck yeah. And then he says... Alpha Niner. A9. Hang on, I got some important shit to do. A9. A9 is a misdemeanor. Sometimes I wonder what is going through your guys' brain. What? We got this whole thing and all of a sudden you're over there? Poco, get a remote control lawnmower, then just sit on the porch and drink while you mow. Sub-comment from Poco. Of course, you're such a nice guy, you probably mow your neighbor's lawns. I'm sure there will be a bunch of shenanigans left after enough beers. Laugh out loud. More than likely. Gunwild? Yeah, I already have the Fiachi light. I'll take the Warth Path knife from the last crate club. Not an option, question mark? The other flashlight will work. Already resolved. Poco? I had to pay my down payment and closing fees with checks. First checks I wrote in years. Oh, I think I remember that when we did the closing on our house. You had to have a little paper to stick there. I mean, what are they going to do now? They gonna scan the injected probe in your wrist? Cheap old gun guy.
They make a holster for a 4-inch barrel 1911 because some people, like me, have a 3.8-inch barrel 1911. Just saying. Oh, and if you think your barrel is bigger than mine, well, a lot of people brag, but they usually embellish a bit more at 4 1/4. Hashtag.
Watch your body. Watch your body. Watch your body.
What the hell barrel is 3.8? Now you make me want to go do a search a little later. McLean, Eric, here's you. I got the sniffles. Get your happy self down to the basement and dance, monkey, dance. Call me. Yeah, I did, bitch. Oh, yeah. This is where I wish I had a small pair of scissors and then wait around for the titillage. McLean, don't care about beers or pews or whatever. All I care about is round and brown and looks like a starfish. I'll get that picture out to you. Matt Davis says, well, we had the bat stew right after Thanksgiving. And you lived, which is the thing. Wade, I'm different. Big surprise. I love guns and shooting, but I'm not a collector. I routinely enjoy the every aspect of my Second Amendment, so my guns are tools to support that. Hey, amen, Wade. Now, some may say that I'm a collector, but I don't have anything in the collection that either hasn't been shot or won't be shot. I mean, unless I'm babysitting and I'm not gonna. I've already shot it. I've already got it out of my system on that particular one. But yeah, Wade, get well soon. It's a crappy time to be sick. Then again, it's never a good time to get sick. Yes, Wade. Never been a big tennis fan, but all of a sudden, I'm a big tennis fan. Chuck says, I noticed you don't have any custom alligator skin holsters. Sad. Hey, Chuck, you could change that. A nice alligator skin holster for a Performance Center Smith & Wesson 1911? Come on, man! Tardisius, does anyone know where I can make a donation to the Brittany Griner's church/Sunday school? They seem to be in a desperate need of Bibles and teachers who know what right and wrong means. Tardisius, I'm noticing, I think you're practicing sarcasm. We just, and that piece of shit Jigaloo that works for the White House is like, sir, we made a trade for an American. You made a trade for a piece of, what is it? It's a dude that's pretending to be a woman who doesn't stand for the national anthem, denounced our country, and then fucking ended up in a Russian prison. I wish that fucking piece of shit would have rotted and died over there. Instead, we made a trade. And wow, it would kind of, if we put this in perspective, it would be kind of like I traded Cobra this for the most piece of shit, broke ass, non-functional, dysfunctional fucking junk BB gun that he has in his collection. It wouldn't even be as nice as a Red Ryder. It would just be fucking complete junk, which is what our country has done. I would have said, let the cocksucker die. Steven, sounds like you need to eat 5-pound gummy bear. I like the way you think. Steven, as long as your right side grip is notched in the back for the right side safety, should all work since the 1911 isn't all over the place. What? Steven, F2, Frank 2. F2 is a misdemeanor. Steve, I have the MFT Mission First Tactical and the cheek riser on my 24-inch rifle, or with the 24-inch on my rifle. The cheek riser has to be at the lowest spot to use the scope effectively. That was a waste of money on my end. No, I've pointed that out. I think they look badass. They're completely useless. Completely useless. Sharky, a pile of pistols is your redemption, but I still think you would like that spanking, Hector. Sharky, 20 minutes and 25 seconds. Wow, I didn't realize it was that late. A fine redhead and a fine 1911, and love how David throws a tantrum of epic proportions. Smith & Wesson won't feel anything when he sells his guns. I can only hope they notice Dave not buying any new ones. Oh yeah, I like Jiggle Tits. I can just imagine what that would look like if she was running towards you. No, unfortunately, you are absolutely right, Sharky. David Brown is not going to put. He's not even going to put a light going off in the back corner of the give a shit. It's sad, but that's just the facts. Redneck says, greetings, Captain. Redneck. Lone One Company says, woot woot. As you probably should, sir. I cannot wait to see the overall pleasure on your face for that purchase. Like I said, if it would have been financially in my means, I would have taken all three of them off David's hands. This one, and I absolutely love the way the E-Series feels in the hand. Again, the craftsmanship on it. Yeah, and there you go. Last comment as of the refresh button is Sharky saying, and duh, outro babe robbery. Oh, I really liked her. That's okay. I'll probably use, she probably got used as the intro babe. I questioned if they would question it, but fuck them. Okay, so where does this fall? To shoots. Haze TRON Imperial IPA. It's another damn IPA. I'm enjoying the 8%, and it's drinkable. There's one more in there. Maybe give it to Matt because Matt, the art's pretty cool. Matt is more into the well, Matt's into IPAs and Miles is not at all. So I highly doubt I'll get to it, but I'd give it a 7, maybe 7.5. 7.5. Okay, fine. 7.5. Fuck you all. Wow. In the club. First in the club is Rich 2 hours ago. Oh, that's sorry.
I got some outdated shit that I just had to get out of the system. So the actual first in the club, and Hector, he says I farted in the club again. Yeah, you're in the club from a video, the last video when I thought, I did a video over here when I was in the process of peeling, and they gave it back to me. So the very next video, I was back over there. So first in the actual club is Salty saying double Dizarano Nakedness Club. Saw his video. There's this thing going around where you take a fucking shitty beer, put Dizarano in it, and all of a sudden it tastes just like Dr. Pepper. He says no, and I knew that before. Fucking TikTok videos. Stupid. DFC. Here's to the sunny slopes so long ago. Hashtag Justin's final mission and hashtag be like Ed. Thank you, DFC. Real? Not a chance. But I bet you they taste great. Hector with the last comment. Atomic fish nipples and goat cheese. Laugh out loud. I'm hitting the get rid of Hector button. And it was successful. Okay, well, more than likely, see you tomorrow. Unless there's some crash that takes place and I just overall just give up. So, otherwise, thanks for following me over here. And, I don't know. Be back over at the censored channel sooner than later. Cheers.